Welcome, race fans, to a very special broadcast tonight presented by ETV Live and sponsored by Paint the Yellow Racing League, live from Talladega Speedway. Get set for some shootout-style fun as the drivers and crews get ready for two 25-lap races and a 100-lap feature here tonight. With a $1,900 purse on the line tonight, donated by Gary Bauer, we're about 30 minutes away from the green flag. We're going to take it on down trackside. The Cactus Cuties standing by with our national anthem.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
All right, 43 trucks firing up down there on the start-finish line. Cowboys, Michael, let's go ahead and take him down through the lineup. James Howard starting out on the number 1 position here tonight on the pole on the outside. In that number 2 position, the 97 of Carson Downs.
And the 73 Cat, Jeremy Crandell, and the number 4 position, Jonathan Goke.
Thomas Dukas, he'll be starting in 33rd position. Mike Paradas will be starting 34th in that 15 machine.
Justin Gardner starting 35th. Outside him, the 32 machine of Tyler Steliota.
The pace car getting ready to pull off, make that sharp left-hand turn, head down Pace Road. That's going to be the signal for James Howard to go grab that green flag out of that flagman's hand. And I'll tell you what, Cowboy, we're getting ready for a 25-lap shootout here. They told the flagman to stay home, Cowboy. We ain't going to need you here for a couple of hours. But remember, here at Talladega, the start-finish line a little bit different than at Daytona. As we go green flag here, start-finish line a little bit further on down the line. And James Howard picking it up.
I tell you, James Howard sporting that new iRacerStuff.com Chevrolet here tonight, but it's not going to work for too long. The 97, the 08 out front, JD, early on at Talladega.
All right, they're getting pretty brave pretty soon, but I'll tell you what, there's only 25 laps on the board here for this first heat race. Again, when this heat race is over, they'll invert the field, and we'll start all over again here, Mike, and for another shootout here after this one. But 3 wide getting wobbly. Oh, 31 car going around up here in the front, and the big one happening right now here on lap 4, guys. Craig White in 5th position, just narrowly escaping that. Let's roll it backwards here and see what happened. They were getting a little bit shaky coming off the turn, Mike. You know, at almost 180 miles an hour, you know, you just can't step on the brakes and come to a stop, and they are just all piling into each other going down the front stretch through the tri-oval. So the big one happening here at Talladega.
And got to remind you, JD, that there is no caution, so still green flag here, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right, no caution flag. So I'll tell you what, Cowboy, you just get back in the saddle, get on that pony, and go for your ride. As Rusty Greer being shown our leader. You bet. And I'll tell you what, this is nothing unusual. We've seen this before, and this is all this is shootout style racing, Cowboy. So I tell you what, you climb in, you crank it up, and you buckle in tight, because you might be going for an e-ticket ride, and that's just what we saw here at Talladega Super Speedway here tonight. Race number 1, Paint the Yellow charity race here tonight with Prader-Willi Syndrome Association. I'll tell you what, Cowboy, ain't no better effort tonight than what we're doing right here with Paint the Yellow. First pit stop coming for a number of these guys right now. We knew this was going to happen. Let's send it on down to Mark Robertson coming down, making that transition, approaching the commit line, guys. He's going to get tangled up with, I believe, that's going to be the 34 car of Jeffrey LaPalme. Actually, these are both your leaders, guys. They get tangled up right at the commit cone and start mowing the grass down the front stretch.
JD, I tell you, looking back here in the battle for 14th on up to 12th and 11th here with Carson Downs and Chris Crosby and Byron Daly, that DWC driver, really trying to get into the top 10 here, JD, with about 7 to go or 6 to go here.
Yeah, and as Magic Fingers John Wessling pulls it back up on the E-View screen there, you can see what happened to the 42. He gets just completely airborne, does that pirouette in the air, but he's going to come down hard, Cowboy, and that's going to end his night here at Talladega. And this will be the white flag lap right here. When they cross the start-finish line, this will be the only one you've got to get the job done as they go three-wide coming to the tri-oval. Got Alan Cryer up on the outside. Who's it going to be, Cowboy? Donald Hagen picking up the white flag here. This will be the final time around here at Talladega Superspeedway, guys. So this is for all of the marbles right here, right now.
Looks like Chad Coleman being pushed by Allen on the outside. Looks like they got a slight run, JD. 3 wide, 2 deep into 3.
Going into turn 3 wide. I'll tell you what, Cowboy, this is the kind of racing that we've been looking for all night here. Donald Hagen, he's got it right now up in front. He's being pushed by I believe that's going to be the number 10 car. Thomas Stockus back here, guys, as they head down towards the tri-oval here. Hagen and Greer out in front. And it's going to be Hagen and Rusty Greer crossing the start-finish line. Chad Coleman, James Howard in 3rd and 4th, and they're wrecking in behind. All right, and that's going to terminate the first heat race of the night here at Talladega Superspeedway. Donald Hagen picking up the win for heat race number 1 with a good effort by Chad Coleman, James Howard, of course, Rusty Greer with a solid 2nd place finish here tonight. And what a first shootout here, guys. All right, some fantastic racing here in heat number 1. Why don't we go ahead and step away? We're going to take a commercial break, and we'll get ready for a little post-race show here and see if we can't get the top 3 in the booth here and yak with it for just a little bit. So, hey, don't wander off, Cowboy. We'll be right back. This is going to be heat number 2. I believe, Michael, what they've done this time, they have inverted the field. And I believe the leaders from the first race are going to start somewhere near the back this time around.
Yeah, JD, and I think that where you finish in this heat number 2 is where you start in the big dog. So unless I think you were a winner, I think the winner from heat 1 will start on the pole. Is that right, JD?
I believe so. And let's take them on down through the lineup. This race here, heat number 2. Craig White be starting on the pole here tonight in that number 3 machine. On the outside of him, Mike Paradas starting in the number 3 position. Ryan Newman in that number 34 machine. Now that's not to be confused with the Ryan Newman. This is the Ryan Newman. In the number 4th position in the 08 machine is Jonathan Goke on the outside. Mike.
And starting 5th tonight, Justin Gardner. Outside him, Jeremy Crandell. And starting 7th, Vinny Jett. Outside him, Richard Beasley. And here we go, JD. Craig White, heat number 2, leading them down 80 miles an hour to the line. Craig White takes the green flag here at Talladega.
Heat number 2, another 25-lap shootout, Cowboy. And they told the flagmen, take this night off. We don't need you until the 100-lap race here in about 25 laps or so. Ryan Newman at 4th position, Cowboy. I'll tell you what, that is not the Ryan Newman, that's the Ryan Newman. He usually drives the number 12 machine on any other night, but having a good run here up in the top 5. Jonathan Goke, who had a top 5 performance in the first heat, he's running at 4th position, or I'm sorry, in 3rd position right now on the inside. So you got Goke and White up here in front.
Yeah, I tell you, JD, these guys really going after it outside, trying to start something up. It's a 73 of Jeremy Crandell. Outside him, behind him is Richard Beasley trying to push something to the front here on the outside, JD, as everyone's tucked glued to the bottom of Talladega into 1 and 2.
Yeah, it almost looks like they settled down here just a little bit more here in the second heat at Talladega, guys. Getting kind of single file here, but taking a risk. It's going to be Justin Gardner, 5th position, up on the outside. followed by Benny Jett in a number 10 machine. That's and he's in the 6th position right now, making a run for the front up there on the top.
JD, looks like Jonathan Goke and Mike Pardis to the line here, 1 and 2, 200 miles an hour, going to be entering turn 1 here, JD. These guys got to be careful, though, still with 25 left as they do the switch here. JD, they've got to keep an eye on them engines. They don't want to blow them just yet. They will start blinking, though.
Yeah, 3 wide coming through the turns up here, gone down off of turn 2 on the backstretch. Let's talk about these trucks here a little bit, Michael. I've heard tell that these things are like driving dump trucks down the freeway. So aerodynamics, how much do they really play here with these trucks?
Oh, they are, JD. But I tell you, with the way that the new build for these trucks actually allow for a little more room of aerodynamic play, if you will, I guess. So these guys are still kind of on edge, not near as edge as the Nationwide car or the Sprint Cup car, but the trucks are kind of, just like your ordinary real heavy type, car. So yeah, they push like a truck.
All right, Jeremy Crandell out in front with Justin Gardner. Now, neither one of these guys have been down pit road yet. Remember, they've got 19 laps in order to do it. Rob McFadden, that 69 machine, he has not been down pit road either. And Gary Loft just leaving pit road, so he's good to go. So for a lot of these guys, it's fuel only. About just under a couple of seconds here on pit road, just a matter of stuffing a nozzle in the intake, dumping the fuel, and then mashing down on the gas, and away we go. So 11 laps in the books here with heat race number 2 at Talladega Superspeedway. All right, some action taking place here on the track. Remember, they sent the flagman home here, guys. So they've pretty much locked the gates. They'll let the flagman back in for the 100 lapper here coming up after heat number 2. So right now, 13 laps in the books. Crandell and Gardner heading down pit road. So here they come, your leaders, Jeremy Crandell in that number 13 machine, heading towards his pit box, and I'm sure it's going to be fuel only for that 73 machine rather, and he'll get back out.
JD, the number 8 position, Rusty Greer just got turned around, coming out of 4. Another caution involved, Ryan Newman.
All right, and a little bit of action starting to take place here on the field. I've got it pulled up here. You bet, as they head for the start-finish line, they'll be picking up the white flag, and this is it, Cowboy. This is all for the money right here. You got to get it done on this lap, or you ain't going to get it done at all. As Andrew Burr picked up the white flag tonight, here comes the 11 up on the outside. They got roughly 2.5 more miles to go, Cowboy, before this thing is over with. And I tell you, it ain't over until the fat lady sings, and the band is starting to play, Mike.
Yeah, and JD, about 4/10 away is Mike and Jonathan Goke in 5th and 6th position. Not sure if they got the speed to get there. They're doing 201 down the backstretch. Into 3, JD, 2 wide.
James Howard looking to possibly put that thing up in the front, but I tell you what, he's got a twosome up here in front of him, the 28 on the bottom, and his dancing partner right now up on the top. But coming off of turn 4, heading down the front stretch, it's going to be a Kodak moment at the start-finish line. It looks like Chris Crosby is going to push to the lead up here. Oh, takes a hit. The 11 is going to cross the start-finish line. It's going to be Chris Crosby. But Chris Crosby, Mike Perez, Jonathan Goke going to pick it up here for heat number 2, Cowboy. So this one's in the books. Now, the finish order, this is how they're going to start. So unofficially, Chris Crosby should be starting on the pole in the 100 lapper here, coming up here just momentarily.
Good win, JD, for Chris Crosby, and that Prider Wheel Syndrome still hungry for a cure Chevrolet. He'll be in victory lane momentarily.
Okay, why don't we go ahead and step away. We'll take a quick commercial break. You're watching live, ETV Live, Cowboy. The Paint the Yellow charity race for Prader-Willi Syndrome Association here on ETV Live. So don't wander off. We'll be right back. And Michael, I think, what do I hear? I think I hear some motors firing up.
Yeah, JD, these guys getting out on the track, anxious to get going here. 100 laps at Talladega, and it's all for the cause, JD.
Starting out on the pole for the 100-lapper here tonight. He won the second heat, Cowboy. That's what put him up there. Chris Crosby in that number 11 machine. Mike Proutis on the outside in a number 15 truck. On the outside in the 10th position, Jeremy Crandell.
And a name mentioned most often with winning in the Truck Series is Byron Daly, starting in 11th. Outside Byron's going to be Justin Gardner.
Anthony Elmer, he'll be starting in 13th position at number 41. In 14th on the outside, Ed Peoples.
Someone to keep an eye out for, JD. Ryan Newman starting in the 15th. 16th belongs to Nick Ramsey.
Back out in front here, Cowboy. I'll tell you what, Chris Crosby looking to pick up his second green flag here tonight, I believe. Or no, this will be his first green flag of the night here from Talladega as we get underway for 100 laps of racing with the flagmen at Talladega Superspeedway.
JD, 43 trucks, 100 laps at Talladega. This is anybody's ball game. From the 43rd position to the first position, anyone can win it.
You've got single file all the way back to 5th position back here, guys. That's going to be James Howard. Oh, a little bit of shake-up up in front, Cowboy. Is everybody on the front of Howard backing off the throttle, a little bit of an issue. If I can't roll it back here, I believe it was going to come out of the 08 machine. Jonathan Goke having some troubles trying to get back in the throttle as they come motoring past him on the top side. That's going to be Richard Beasley in the number 10 machine, currently being shown in 9th, but as soon as they cross the start-finish line, it'll be a lot closer to the front than that. But right now, first lap in the books here at Talladega, 100 laps on the board. This is for the big one, Cowboy. A $1,900 purse. I believe it's a $500 winnings going to the winner here tonight, and things looking pretty sharp up here in front, guys.
JD,
Where it's at. Pace car pulling down. He'll be going down pit road here, and Chris Crosby, he's going to pick up the green flag here again on a restart.
Yep, Chris Crosby and that iRacerStuff.com deal Chevrolet to the lead. Behind him, James Howard running that paint the yellow iRacerStuff.com Chevrolet, JD.
You bet. Joe Thompson up on the top side up here. He's got a little bit of help coming off the 41 as we come off of turn 2, heading down the backstretch, guys. 7 laps in the books, 93 more to go here at Talladega. So settle in, settle back, get the cold one out, get your snacks, and let's go racing, Cowboy.
Yeah, I tell you, JD, a ton of laps to go here. You'll see a lot of guys try to hang out in the back. And one that I'm looking at, or a tandem that I'm looking at, is Chad Coleman and Carson Downs. Not sure if Dakota's got any word on what their plans were, but I can probably guess as they're running in the back, it's just to kind of hang out in the back, wait for that big one, JD. Remember, in Heat Race 1, there was a big one. 20 plus 30, 40 cars involved, so trucks involved. And speaking of big one, Justin, the 39 Gary Bauer e-ticket ride. He was running in the 30th position, JD. Multiple cars involved. Caution is out.
As he kind of drifts up to the outside wall and then just immediately comes all the way across the track right into the side of Gary Bauer. So not quite sure what was going on with the 12 machine.
JD, in my opinion, I think he just got up in those marbles and got a little loose and just lost complete control as you saw him come straight down into the 39. And nothing really anyone could do to avoid that one, JD. Just a bad circumstance. And these guys do have one reset, so they're able to come back down pit road and get a fresh car just in case something like that does happen. But wow, looking at the EY machine, that 39 got some air, JD. A 10 from the American vote over here.
James Howard getting set, buckled in tight, going to pick up the green flag here on the get-go. Austin Osborne up on the outside as we get back racing here at Talladega.
Nice and easy, JD. That says James Howard to Chris Crosby, who's right behind him for the lead.
All right, 2x2 up here on the top with Mark Robinson as they duck down in behind the leaders. That's going to be up here about the 5th position, guys, but kind of spreading out all over the track here. 27 machine up on the top. That's Justin Gardner running by himself. Hasn't quite found a dancing partner here yet, and if he doesn't find one soon, he's going to be left behind unless he pulled up, which a lot of these guys are going to do. They're going to pull up out of the way, look for their dancing partner to come along, hook up with them, and get the motoring down down the track. But the 24 car also running along here on the bottom. The 24 car, that's going to be Andrew Berger down here, guys.
JD, just an idea of what the without the draft, your truck will only go about 185, 186 by itself, maybe a little bit more than that depending on the setup. But you gotta have somebody to draft with. That tandem hookup can get you about 196 up to 201 miles an hour. So you definitely need someone to hook up with. Even if you don't know the guy, you gotta find somebody. You know, find somebody to leech on to, and then later on, then hook up with your teammate.
You bet. And I'll tell you what, Cowboy, from the restart, you'd probably think this was about lap 98 or so is the way these guys are taking it. But Byron Daly certainly doing a terrific job trying to move that 91 up to the front. Let's take it back a couple of more notches, Cowboys. 7th position back here, 27 truck of Justin Gardner working that top side with Jeremy Crandell. As they go 3 wide again, oh, they're wrecking the center. He takes a big hit, and it's going to send the rest of the pile in back of him into the wall.
Oh, JD, that's going to send the 30 truck hard into the inside pit wall there. That's Donald Hagan, huge pileup coming into the tri-oval out of 4.
Let's pull this back, guys, here, see what happens. These guys are really going at it here. And it just looks like they just tangle up here, JD, coming out of the corner. 38 machine. It looks like the 73. These guys, wow, that 38 machine's going to take a good lick. 30 machine's going to come down in and hit the inside wall, guys, just a ton here, as you're watching here on the E-Play.
Yeah, I'm looking at it again, guys, and I tell you what, you know, they can only stay hooked up together for about 3 or 4 laps, guys. Then they've got to make that swap. The best place to make it in the turns, so you don't lose too much on a position. You can pretty much maintain your speed there, you know, going on into the turns. But if you do it on the straightaways with traffic behind you, there's a good chance once you take off and go up to that upper lane to catch that clean air and make the swap, you're probably going to get passed up by anybody who's right behind you.
Rob McFadden, it's the 6 and the 6 and the 29 are trying to draft there. 69 and 14 right in front of him. He's just going to get a bad bump draft, or try and give a bad bump draft. Going to hit the outside wall, get a lot of airtime here, guys.
All right, caution number 4 here at Talladega Superspeedway, and we are here tonight with the Prader-Willi Syndrome Association charity event sponsored by
JD.
Paint the Yellow. Oh, I saw that. What was? Somebody got
Chad
smacked.
Coleman. Yeah, JD. Chad Coleman hard into the pit lane. He was going to pit, and Ed Peoples just got into him. JD, I'm trying to look at the damage on Chad Coleman's truck. It doesn't look too severe. I see him queuing the mic up, and I tell you that he's got some damage, but I think he's got a reset cue. And let's toss it on down to Justin.
2x2, guys, all the way back. Let's take it up to all the way back to, I'm looking for the end of the line here, guys, and it's going to go all the way back to about Justin Gardner. So 13 positions back here. 3 wide up in the front, through the tri-oval, head for the start-finish line. Can they do it?
And JD, guess who it is? No other. Brian Daly trying to make something happen. 3 wide as he lets go of the 11 to go down there and work with a 34 machine of Austin Osborne.
13 machine of Mark Robertson through the middle. He's the last one in line here with the threesome. Got the 11 out in front and the 4 machine. I'll tell you what, James Howard motoring to the front down the backstretch, taking up that middle lane, going off into turn 3.
They've got the momentum, JD. The 11 and 4's got the momentum, but don't look now. Byron Daly back at it with the number 34 truck of Austin Osborne coming out of 4. They look like they've got the momentum.
All right, one more time, Cowboy. Remember, they can only stay hooked up for about 3 or 4 laps. Got to make that swap, that Silverado pick 'em up truck in the back. They got to get up into that clean air a little bit and cool them motors down. So look for the exchange to take place inside the turn. Now,
Yeah, JD, and other than that, then you want to talk about strategy. Are you going to do 4 tires, 2 tires, no tires, a wedge adjustment, tire pressure adjustment? There's all kinds of strategies that can be played here, and that's something that I want to toss the mic down to Dakota and Justin on. Dakota, we'll go with you first. Dakota, what type of wedge adjustments would you think these guys would be making?
You want to go down and lower the crossway as much as you can by going down on the track bar. And what you do is when you lower the crossweight, the car is going to get so much faster because loose is fast. Lowering that crossweight makes it faster.
And Justin, about the tires here, 4-2, what do you think? On a green flag, maybe take just fuel only, right sides only, and then on caution, I guess you would take 4-2. But what's your take on the green flag pit stops for these guys tonight?
Track position is everything. These guys are probably going to come down and take 2 cans of Sunoco race fuel and 2 Goodyear Wranglers on the right side there.
Tell you what, JD, back out front, Byron Daly, down low to the lead into turn 2. Wrecking, JD.
Oh, 41 truck going around causing a huge wreck up here in front coming off of turn 2 right at the backstretch here. Let's go back and check that one out, Cowboy. I saw that one right out of the corner of my eye, and they're still wrecking behind them, so this will be the big one for the 100-lapper here, guys. Let's roll it backwards, and I just caught that one going off into turn 1, coming off of turn 2, down the backstretch.
Let's see if we can cue this up, guys. These guys are just, the 41 just pushes up right into the 11 truck here, guys. And he's going to collect the 54. Wow, that Pro Bass Shop machine there. He really collected a 41. He's going to come right at you here, guys. He's going to fly right through our screen in 3D.
Wow. Only seen on ETV Live, Cowboy. I'll tell you what, he's got that 13 machine of Mark Robertson with him. Still not quite halfway here yet, guys. 100 laps on the board, 44 in the book so far here at Talladega Superspeedway. So plenty of racing left to do here.
Yeah, JD, and like a swap for position up here, 91, Byron Daly taking them 3 wide into 1. Byron Daly to the lead, 26, Tom Moustakis looking 3 wide underneath the 4, but thinks better of it. Byron Daly, your leader down the backstretch, down low.
All right, I'll tell you what, as these guys keep jacking it up here in front, let's talk about the transition down onto pit road. I want to bring Dakota Ehrman in on this one. He's got a lot of experience at these plate tracks, Cowboy. Dakota, when you're coming off a turn 4 at almost 200 miles an hour, you got to make that transition. We got back out here on the track. James Howard still holding down the lead up here in the front. Let's move it back here a couple of notches. Let's take it back to 13th position with the 27 machine. Riding the top side up here, that's going to be Justin Gardner. And on the bottom with Craig White, and I've seen Craig White run as well. I believe he comes from another league that we've broadcasted for before. Craig White, he's been known to be a front runner as well.
Yeah, JD, Craig White is a name that I do know, and I believe that's the Tuesday night series, or the RSR guys, Real Sim Racing. Yeah. But I tell you, JD, 3 wide back out front, and guess who's in the middle? Byron Daly in the middle, 3 wide, but he's not for the lead.
Ooh.
The number 11 is.
Yeah, and it almost looked like the 4 might have taken the door handle off of Daly's machine, stuck in the middle there, guys. That 91 truck, I don't know, is that a missing door handle I see there on the right-hand side?
I'm sure that 91, JD's got tire marks, door handles, and all kinds of stuff on it. He's been really trying to make things exciting here. It's real fun to watch Daly.
Good.
Another guy moving through the pack, JD, Richard Balmer. He's been moving up ever so slightly. He's hooked up with the 35. Byron Daly on the outside of him. 3 wide again, JD, going into 3.
And that's going to be the 13 of Mark Robinson up on the top, and he's got his ride, the number 69 machine of Rob McFadden. up there in the front as the 3-car comes down the center, and it's Red and the Needle coming off of turn 4, 3 wide into the tri-oval.
Cue this up, guys. There's a tight car driving completely sideways, and he's not going to affect this, but the 7 and 34-16 gets a little slow here, guys, and I think that might have affected this wreck here a little bit. That 7 car is going to go on 2 wheels, come back and land on 4. He's definitely going to need the Energizer Bunny to get that car back together, and he's just going to, oh, and there's another car going to come back and smack him again. Chad Coleman in bad shape, guys.
All right, Austin Osborne also suffering a major damage to that number 34 machine as well as he rides the wall there. Of course, that's going to grind all that blue paint off the side of that truck. But, and Tony Oldham taking up a position behind Byron Daly back here. Oh, they're connecting, wrecking on the front stretch here. No caution, guys. The 4 managed to save it. The 4-car, James Howard, gets tangled up here a little bit, manages to save it, but now with the 51, Byron Daly trying to fill the hole between the 11 car and James Howard here. So
97 Lowe's machine's going to come through the corner, got the 33 or the 22 behind him here, guys. Oh, and he's going to get some help here this time, guys.
it looks like the 69 truck of Rod McFadden. Let me see, take a look at this one more. He might have had some help here coming off of that 13 machine. Looks like Mark Robinson might have given Rod McFadden just a little bit extra push, shoves him right up on down to the apron. Of course, that might have caused a big check up in behind, Mike. Usually, I mean, you know, you got to jump off the throttle. And of course, that's going to whoa everything up. And if you're right there bumper to bumper, why, like we see with Carson Downs going around. So, caution number 7 here at Talladega.
With Prader-Willi, the ghrelin levels are much higher than the average person.
Now, you know, I know that you're the director of research and medical affairs. You must have a pretty extensive scientific background. All right, thank you very much. And we are picking up the green flag one more time. I tell you what, Bad Boy, the legend, why don't we go ahead and crank this one up for our race fans. The fun with the guys in the booth over here. Ronnie Royal along for the ride. The Blancanato is here, pops in. Orlando here for the ride. Net 7364 hanging out. Mike, Matt Smith, Matthew, John Forrester. Everybody's here at Cowboy as we put 69 laps in the book.
Yeah, JD, being shown your race leader is Chris Crosby. Being shown your race leader, James Howard, right behind him, but making a move, JD, to the front on the outsides, the 91 and the 24 of Andrew Burglar.
Looking
Burger, I'm sorry.
Looking to go to the front. I tell you what, that 91 machine was surprised that he was able to find a dancing partner coming out of that 24 machine up there on the top. But down on the bottom, Christopher Houlihan, he ain't giving it up, Cowboy, in that number 71 machine in 4th position. Too wide up here in front. Let's go back here a little bit deeper. Take it back to Mason Baker in that 77 truck. He's down in 10th position on the bottom and looking for a partner to work with here. As they've got a wreck up in the front, Cowboy. They're scattering like rats. Let's take it back here and slow it down. See if we can't figure out why this one came out. I'm hearing the 71 machine involved, guys. And I got it rolled back here, taking a look, and well, let's tell you what. You know what? Let's send it on down to Magic Fingers John Westling for the E-wind.
Yeah, let's cue this up, guys. They're way up in front of me. Oh, he's going to take a hard lick in the inside wall, guys. Pow! Took it up on two wheels. Lifted him out of his drawers there, I'm pretty sure, JD. But he took a pretty hard lick on the inside wall.
To me, JD, it looked like the 11 was trying to get up high, possibly, and the 91 was going to go down low underneath, and he just barely nicked the 11, I think, and that's what caused a chain reaction.
You bet. And James Howard in the 4 truck heading down pit road, guys.
Watch his truck as he comes and licks Byron Daly. He does a wheelie off the tailgate of his truck. He's going to come up here and just snag his tailgate, and he's going to do a wheelie. He's up on back wheels, guys, about 4 or 5 foot off the ground. And then Byron Daly's going to come through here, and he's going to take one huge lick.
All right, getting off to a good start here. 75 laps in the books, Cowboy. 25 more to go at Talladega Superspeedway. 3 wide, Byron Daly in the middle. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's right, he's sitting between you and me.
Yeah, JD, Carolina Madman Daly in the house. Byron, take us through some of those 3 wide action moments. We captured a lot of them here on ATV. You got to check the replay out later. But, Byron, you had that perky-jerky Chevrolet saved, but just couldn't quite hang on to it. Tell us about it.
Yeah, those free ride booms are pretty cool, I gotta say. It's really fun to be out there, and I wish I was still out there. I think the 11 got in the wall there when they tried switching, and I couldn't come down fast enough to avoid it, and got sideways, held the brake down because I thought everybody would miss me, and maybe I should have spun towards the inside wall. Being up there in the middle of the track didn't really help me. So we're done. Our reset got used early in the race. I don't know how, but it was a lot of fun, and I'm glad you guys enjoyed that because it was a little hair-raising at times.
Lots of action happening up here on the front row, Cowboys. 78 laps in the book here at Talladega Superspeedway. And I'll tell you what, it is starting to pick up here a couple of notches. 8 cautions here tonight already, but it ain't over yet, Cowboy. I'll tell you what, they are piling up on the top side up here. Take it back to 5th position up here, the 36 machine. He's got the 26 machine of Tom Moustakas dead ahead as they try to put something together and work this top line up here. Almost going 3 wide up here. Craig White, caution coming out. The 3 car in big trouble here tonight. We're looking to see...
but with this caution, do you think that that's going to help him out?
Yeah, I was talking to his crew chief, and his crew chief wouldn't exactly tell me how close he was. Only close is all I got from him. But the 4 is definitely saving fuel, and they do think this caution will really help them out. They think they may be good on fuel now.
Didn't John give you the credit card, Dakota? That's how you get information out of them crew chiefs.
Yeah, I already maxed it out.
All right, caution number 9 here at Talladega Superspeedway. And I'll tell you what, let's check out that buffet table one more time, Cowboy. We're going to step away, take a commercial break. You're watching a live, ETV Live. There ain't no other choice from Talladega Superspeedway. See, the 30 car of Donald Hagen jumps up to the front. So now they get the top line going. Forget that single file stuff, Cowboy. 84 laps in the books. We are on the downhill side.
JD, don't look behind you, Grion Rainbow. Here comes Tony Oldman in the 30. 3 wide and 2. 30, get a little loose.
Oh, contact with the, I think, yeah, a little loose contact with Tony Oldham down on the bottom of the 36 machine. All is well, though, Cowboy, but I'll tell you what, some good driving there. Still 3 wide, coming off into the turn here. 3 wide with the 30 in the center. Threading the needle through the turn here, coming off of turn 4. Going to be heading down through the tri-wall here just momentarily, coming off of 4, and they get it all straightened out. Back to 2x2 here, heading into the tri-wall.
ADR Graphics Chevrolet, he's moved up to 9th. Let's see if they can get up there to the front. The leader, Mark Robertson, trying to work his way through lap traffic. Excuse me, Mason Baker, the leader.
bit as we got looks like we got the 36 machine heading down towards pit road. Maybe some damage repair happening there, but as the laps start winding down here, they're letting it all hang out, Cowboy. 89 laps in the books. Let's go down to pit road. Let's get a checkup from Dakota Erman. Dakota, what's going on down there, bud?
Yeah, just pulling out a few fenders and getting the fuel back in the car just to make sure he can make it the rest of the way, JD.
All right, back up here in front, Mason Baker, Mark Robinson, James Howard, Tom Moustakis, Andrew Berger. I'll tell you what, it's a party happening up here in the front, Cowboys. Single file back to Jeremy Crandall in that number 73 machine. He's being helped by the 27, Justin Gardner here, Cowboys. So I tell you what, some racing happening here right now. 90 laps in the books, 10 to go at Talladega.
Who's wrecking, JD? Every one of them.
Oh, caution coming out.
They're going to come around this corner, and you're going to see him get the iRacing wall glue syndrome. Yes, he's going to fly into this fence, and there's no coming back from him, guys. He's going to get turned into the wall here. Wow, they're all three power slides, 35, 11, 37. They're in sync here. They're all sliding in harmony as the 11 truck's gonna come through here, guys. Wow, what a mess there, guys.
Well, guys, I just had to bring that up. I mean, he was charged to the front. He was up to 14th, and just some bad luck.
Bad luck indeed as we go green flag racing one more time, Cowboy. And this thing's on the downhill side for sure. James Howard, Mark Robinson out in front. Look at the lime green machine of the 13 car on front, the 4 car. James Howard, here he comes to the outside, and he's getting some help, Cowboy. I'll tell you what, a lot of help from the 26 to 77, 3x3 going into the turn.
Yeah, JD, looks like they narrowed it back down to 2 deep all the way back to 12. 2 deep coming out of 4. The white flag in the air, and that doesn't mean surrender, JD. It means 1 to go at Talladega.
Mark Robertson out in front, and he's got some help down there, Cowboy. I'll tell you what, the 24 machine trying to huff and puff and push that 13 machine to the front. James Howard up on the top as they come out of turn 2. Going to be heading down the backstretch for the last time at Talladega. I'll tell you what, who's it going to be, Cowboy, as they start hugging the line down there on the bottom. And if the caution comes out, the game is over, Cowboy. And this is for all the marbles going down the backstretch, heading into turn 3, 2x2. Number 4 car, that's going to be James Howard up on the top. He's the first one on the top and takes a hit, and it is over. The race is over.
JD, no
as
caution.
They race, no caution as they race to the line. The white flag lap, it's over, Cowboys.
24, JD.
Here comes the 24 alongside. Going to make a dash to the start-finish line. The 24 car just beats out the 13 of Mark Robertson. Rodney Shirk with the 3rd place finish here tonight. What a finish.
20 thousandths of a second, guys. 20 thousandths.
20 thousandths.
At the stripe, 20 thousandths.